Welcome to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'm Jonas.
And I'm TNT9. I'm IT Explosive One. Let's crack into another one.
TNT.
Yo.
As always,
Yeah, man.
as soon as we do a video, more news drops.
That's very true. So we are going to be talking once again about the Jay-Z situation.
Sean Carter.
Moments after we released or we recorded our video for it, the person who was the accuser, she did a interview for NBC News.
Okay. Bob Costas.
I don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. She had a female interviewer.
Roberta Costas.
Sure. So she described the events of the night, not in like great detail, but after the interview happened, people noticed that there were some discrepancies and that she even admitted to some of the inconsistencies in her own story. A few of those being that she was 13 years old, driven 5 hours to the VMAs. She had her father pick her up after the incident, and he had to drive 5 hours to get there and 5 hours back. He has no recollection of it. Apparently, the houses that she described in the area of Manhattan, there are no homes in Manhattan, and a house that would be within the time limit that she described in the general vicinity of where the VMAs were, it was not, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, but like if she was like taken somewhere and she says, "Oh, it's an hour," maybe it's 2. Maybe she just forgot. She was 13.
That's true. But when you make allegations like this about somebody, you kind of have to have your ducks in a row. And I mean, you did say like maybe she didn't know. Maybe it was if your dad doesn't remember picking you up, fam. Like
Maybe he's going senile.
all right, so another individual that she said that she had, another celebrity, she said she approached him and said that he had a tattoo that she questioned him about because it was a religious tattoo, says that he was not there. He was on tour during the time and that he never met her. She described the Jumbotron and there was no permits for a Jumbotron that was there. So it was a couple things that were inconsistent. Now, she hasn't decided in no means to discontinue pursuing this case right now.
Okay.
But there are some other things that have come across my table. So apparently there's a new lawsuit right now. Oh, I wanted to also mention that there was a lawsuit against Tony Busby prior to these allegations for extortion by Roc Nation.
Oh.
So when we were talking about why didn't they do anything before these allegations, they were already in the movement for that. So I did find out there was a lawsuit prior to these allegations even going public. All right, so the new lawsuit is against Roc Nation by Tony Busby. Apparently, Roc Nation's had some people from their legal team approaching clients for information and offering money and to assist in a lawsuit against Tony Busby. They're looking for people close to this guy to bring him in on anything.
Wow. So that's fishy.
It's fishy.
They're like, let's get some dirt so we can take him down. So he can't continue suing us for our guilty client.
I kind of feel like, what do you call this case right now? I mean, we don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm the guy that's caping for an offender, because I'm really not. I just don't really like it when we've seen this so many times happen against so many people.
And most of them have not been false. Just saying.
Is that true? Okay. I feel like, how often do you hear about it when it's not false?
Ever since Me Too came out, how many of these been false?
Was Michael Jackson real? Oh, okay. What about Kobe Bryant? Was that one real? Oh, okay.
He paid that woman.
Whatever. See, and that's the thing that they always want to go to. He already had the opportunity to pay her before she went public with it. This case right here, he had the opportunity to pay her. And then when they brought him to it, he's like, no, this is extortion. Let's make it legal. And they're like, no, we're going to make a statement. Why are we making statements? Just take it to court, man. What are we doing? It feels to me like when you take a certain path, you're revealing your intentions.
I see that you're doing that right now.
Okay, I'll be that guy.
You're revealing
So
your intentions.
I do think that it is a little fishy that they're sending people, and it is illegal. Apparently, it's something called beartry, where you try to get people, lure people into frivolous lawsuits. But one could say the same
They do
thing.
that in the financial markets. They'll be like, if you have a claim against this company and their stock because it went down, call Jones Attorney.
Yeah.
We'll do a class action suit because you're mad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, fair enough.
It's like, let's pile on.
They win more money when they have more plaintiffs.
You're not wrong.
Also, a lawsuit against Tony Busby, insinuating that he gave a woman an STD, and apparently he hit her and broke some of her teeth or something.
Okay.
And look, brother, I don't know if Jay-Z is innocent. I don't. But I
mean, I'm sure he's done something. Is it something with kids? Probably not. But he did something sometime at some point.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen.
He stabbed a man.
Jesus Christ, if you've seen some of it, so obviously he's a rapist. If you've seen some of the videos where they talk about were Jay-Z and Diddy close, and it's like lately Jay-Z has obviously been trying to distance himself. His lawyer, his attorney came out and said that they were workmates. They worked together. They were business associates. They did business together. Of course, they go to some of the same parties. They're in the same tax bracket or whatever. There's a lot of videos that they're hugged up and they're like, "This is my brother right here." Maybe it could have been all for the camera. I always assumed that the two were friends because they always gave that kind of energy, and there was never any real animosity or jockeying for position.
They didn't diss each other in raps or anything.
Exactly, they came up together, they collabed. It just felt like they had a good relationship. Now, I do want to say is that having a good relationship with somebody does not necessarily mean that you are that person.
Or that you're friends with them.
Like Jonas has done some pretty effed up ish in his life.
I'm a terrible person.
He's a terrible human.
Yeah.
It's really.
I'm pretty bad.
And I have nothing to do with that side of his life, Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm sure that you have some pictures of yourself with...
Don't walk. No, there's no pictures of me with nothing. Stop.
Wait, hold on. Hear me
Stop.
out.
Anyways, so did you hear about Diddy and Brittany Murphy, though? I'm not even letting you walk down that path.
All right, look, I'll do it for myself. I personally know that I have pictures of me out there with people that have been to prison, with people that have
committed crimes.
We both know a crackhead.
Yeah.
who's been to rehab, but I've never done crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so just because I might have a picture of me, or I might have been in the same room or in association with somebody who has done something, does not necessarily.
Well, because you can
mean
take a
that
picture before you know their history.
That's facts.
You're like, oh, this person's okay. We're in a picture together, and then later you're like, oh, that's a bad person.
That's facts. Exactly.
Yeah.
People, everything comes through in the light. Now, what's this Brittany Murphy angle that you've been trying?
Oh, I'm just gonna say it real quick.
Go ahead.
So, because we ain't got a lot of time left. So, Brittany Murphy was a young Hollywood starlet. She was in Clueless. She died of quote-unquote pneumonia when she was 32, which is already kind of weird.
This comes back to Jay-Z, right?
Diddy.
Okay. We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah. So,
Take what we can get.
I was just getting you away from trying to incriminate me.
No.
So, she died of pneumonia. Everyone thought it was kind of weird because, she was young and healthy, supposedly. So she was dating Ashton Kutcher at the time, who was very close to Diddy.
Yeah.
So
I've seen pictures of them together as well.
And then what ended up happening was her then husband, who was also fairly young, died of pneumonia. Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, very young, died of pneumonia.
Yep.
The coroner who did the autopsy on Kim Porter and Brittany Murphy were the same person.
Oh no.
They were going to do another autopsy on Kim Porter. He died before the autopsy got done, the coroner.
Oh no.
And then Brittany Murphy's dad claims that she was poisoned because when they did the initial autopsy, there was a lot of highly elevated metals in her body, in her blood, and that's indicative of rat poison, something like that. And then there was also something that tied in the guy. it was like the coroner was somehow tied in with like Lucian Grange, who somehow was tied into the guy who found Michael Jackson dead. And I was just like, this shit is going so deep. I don't even know. Like,
there's a rabbit hole. Now, look, I don't put it past Diddy to necessarily kill a person. And when I say when I say that I can't put it past him to do it, I mean that I can't put it past anybody in Hollywood,
especially anybody that has that much power.
Yeah, when you
have
like
a lot of money, in
money,
trouble for blackmailing people.
Yeah, when you have a lot of money, power, if you do like one thing, you know, you got to do something to cover it up, and then you got to do something to cover up,
and then they know now you got to do something to cover it.
Yeah. So it might have started out with like a minor crime, and then it just kept piling on till now we're covering up straight up murders.
Well, yeah, like because I mean, if Brittany Murphy knew about some of this stuff that was going on back in the day, and she was like, "I'm gonna blow the effing whistle on you guys,"
yeah,
I mean. What they had so much to lose when they're young coming up in the game like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it does warm my heart to see is that America can jump behind certain things, and it's like not nonpartisan, because I know we got like political, cultural, we got the class war going on, but everybody agrees is that pedophiles are gross and Luigi Mangione is all right. You know, there's like a few things
they
in
don't hurt animals.
Yeah.
Most people are on that train.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
if
that's all
only
time.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's the end of the episode, man. You got anything else?
Yeah. If only we could get back to punching Nazis.
I'm all about making sure Nazis pay.
All right.
So that's all the time we have for today's episode. Please make sure to like, subscribe for Jonas.
TNT.
Yep.